Well, today, this morning, really, we are seeing e-hailing service providers gathered here inside Maponya Mall, where the incident is believed to have happened, where there was a dispute between a local taxi association and e-hailing service providers. The local taxi association accusing the e-hailing service providers of taking away customers and clients from them. Now, you will know that they are all fishing from the same pond. Today is a really busy day here in Maponya Mall, where the elderly are sitting and waiting to then get their social grants. And this is obviously an opportunity for both the e-hailing service providers as well as taxi drivers to be able to ferry these people to and fro. And right now we understand that they're being addressed by the police, a police brigadier who's just urged residents to, or rather not residents, but the e-hailing service providers to come forward with information. We understand that there were clashes between the two sides late last night, and this resulted in the torching of some vehicles. And those are the visuals that we then saw on social media, and the ones that you speak of when you say they were quite harrowing. And this is why this is happening here, and these people have come together to try and find a way for them to coexist. I'm really trying to get one of the representatives to speak to us, but it seems as though they are unwilling to speak to us. And it's unclear what they really want, because we have been here and witnessed an hour-long engagement and meeting between these taxi e-hailing service providers. And we understand that there's another meeting happening on the other side. And you know that there's a taxi rank inside Maponya Mall, where it's believed that the taxi association in question is also meeting on the other side. And the brigadier, who's just addressed the crowd over here, has been going between this side of Maponya Mall and to the taxi rank to try and see if they cannot find somewhat of a resolution between them. But, you know, every now and again you'll hear the crowd coming, really just speaking out and shouting and screaming, seemingly in disagreement to what is being said at the moment. It's unclear. We really want to get a sense from the e-hailing drivers as to find out. And my colleague Horisani Sithole is really just trying to plead with the guest to come and speak to me right now. I don't know if she will agree to speak to me if I walk to her. I'm actually going to move and I'm going to walk to her, and I'm going to ambush her and doorstep her like we do with politicians. Thank you so much. I know you are not willing, you weren't really quite willing to speak to us, but are you able to just share what you want to see going forward? I mean, those images that people saw yesterday are really just saddening for everyone. We understand that everyone needs to earn an income, and no one should then be faced with that kind of reality in trying to put food on the table. What is the way forward? What would you like to see happening?
Well, good morning and good morning to everyone. So the reason why I'm not willing to share the news at the moment is because we are being addressed and we are trying to gather every possible facts that can help us to have a way forward. Obviously, the drivers are distracted because they want to work, they want a safe environment. We are here about that. So what we just had now is an address from the center management to hear how far have they gone with the investigation and how will they manage the center for the drivers to be safe. So this is the address that is happening currently, and we are hoping that after this meeting we'll be able to have a solution that is safe for the drivers and most of all for the riders as well, because we want to provide a service that is efficient and that is harmless.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. Just for record-keeping purposes and for the benefit of our viewers, please give us your name and your surname and the organization you represent.
Okay, my name is Noma Kukudamba, e-hailing Partners Deputy Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Noma Kuku Damba, e-hailing service chairperson, speaking to us there shortly, very reluctant to speak to us, but what you get from what she then says is that they want a safe working environment for all their e-hailing service providers, and they are just being addressed by the police as well as center management to try and create a safe environment for the users of the e-hailing services as well as the drivers themselves. For now, though, it is back to you in studio.
Yeah, I think just one more thing, Mbalenhle, and I'm hoping you're able to hear me, because the pictures certainly that were circulating on social media really, really concerning. Just physically what you're able to see of some of the damage that we saw being done there. Any traces of that still left behind?
Well, there's nothing left behind, really. It just looks like nothing ever happened here. And maybe it's because there are a lot of people here, and it's not easy to go back to where the incident happened, but it seems as though it has been cleared. But what you see behind me is over 100 e-hailing service providers over here, really here to get answers. There are some residents as well who are also here to also try and get answers. And here, if they will be able to get onto the e-hailing vehicles if they do request one. But this has been an ongoing battle. This is not the first time that we've seen disputes, clashes, and disgruntled people between taxi drivers as well as the e-hailing services. This has been a dangerous environment for e-hailing services. They have been operating in what seems to be an e-hailing services where they at times are not allowed to pick up customers in certain designated areas, because the fight has not only been with taxi drivers, but it's also been with the traditional taxi or meter taxi service providers and so on. So it seems as though the e-hailing service industry has really been under consistent fire, not just once, but over and over again. This is not the first time that we're seeing incidents of vehicles being then burnt down due to the fact that they were trying to provide a service and also to try and put food on the table. You all understand that, the unemployment levels of the country have skyrocketed since COVID, and a lot of people have now resorted to this industry to try and make ends meet. And this is just an opportunity and another way for them to create employment for themselves and to be able to be self-sufficient and sustain themselves as well as their families. But their biggest cry is for them to be able to do so safely.
Yeah, there seems to be quite a bit of commotion there behind you, Mbalenhle. I'm keen to hear as well really what is being discussed there behind you. And of course the presence of authorities. I mean, do we know about any arrest? Are there authorities on site? And what's the progress that seems to be that we see to be made there behind you?
Well, I couldn't quite really hear the whole question. I mean, the sound keeps fading in and out. But what I can tell you is that what you see behind me is an address by center management as well as police. And the clapping, we would then suggest that there's somewhat of an agreement and an arrangement that has been reached. And we are going to try and speak to the people who are really just addressing the people and find out what exactly was being shared here and why it is, and have they really been able to find a resolution. I would have loved to be able to take you closer. Let me see if I can take you closer. I don't know how much time I still have with you. If I have more time, I can try and maneuver and push myself in here to try and get to the source of that briefing. Now, as you can see, I mean, the visuals are going to be somewhat shaky as we try to move in to get a sense of what is happening, given that we don't know what's happening. But I think maybe we don't have time. It's fine. We will try and speak to those who are addressing the crowd a bit later on. It's back to you in studio for now.